What's going on, guys? I just want to start this video off by saying, as of late, there's been a few notification issues with the channel, and every time I upload a new video, I know some of you aren't getting them. If you are subscribed or wish to subscribe, when you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell notification next to it, then you'll get a list of preferences come down. Just choose all, and then that way you'll get a notification every time I upload a new video. In this video, we're going to be making the most tastiest and crispiest onion rings with the most delicious ranch sauce. It's super cheap, it's super easy, and best of all, it's absolutely fantastic. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright guys, starting this off, we're going to need one brown or yellow onion, and with this, slice off both the root and the tip, then make a small nick in the side which will make it very easy to then peel off the skin, and all of these scraps can be saved for a stock. Place the onion on its side and make thin or thick slices depending on how big you'd like these, and I do recommend these nice and thin, but it is completely up to you. Then once you get to the end and it starts to become a little bit wobbly, lay it down flat and slice it through horizontally just to make it a bit safer and to avoid slipping with the knife. Once that's done, we can then separate the onion, pushing out each individual layer, leaving us with our onion rings. Now with these, place them into a mixing bowl and pour in 1 cup or 250 milliliters of buttermilk, then give these a good mix around, making sure that they're evenly coated and none are stuck together. The buttermilk will add a nice tangy flavour to the onions, as well as providing a stickier surface for the coating later on in the recipe, and then once that's done, allow the onions to soak for 20 minutes. In another bowl to make the batter, add in half a cup or 70 grams of plain flour, half a teaspoon or 2.5 grams of sea salt flakes, 1/4 of a teaspoon or 0.2 grams of ground black pepper, half a teaspoon or 2 grams of garlic powder, and 3/4 of a cup or 180 milliliters of soda water, which can be substituted for beer if you wish to do so. Once that's all in, give it a good mix using a whisk until everything is combined and nice and smooth. Also, I just wanted to say that the reason I use soda water is because of its high charge of carbon dioxide. The high carbonation will create a batter that is light and more aerated, which will also make it super crispy. Now once this is nice and smooth and fairly thin, we can then pop this aside for the time being. Then in one more final bowl, add in half a cup or 70 grams of plain flour for dredging, and this can also be popped aside. Now before we make our ranch dressing, place a large high-rimmed pan or pot onto your stovetop and pour in enough canola oil, sunflower oil or vegetable oil to fill it up by roughly 1/3 or 2.5 to 3 inches, and to be exact, I used 4 cups, which is equivalent to 1 litre. This can then be put over a medium heat and slowly heat it to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now to make our ranch dressing, in a bowl add 2 free-range egg yolks along with 1 teaspoon or 7 grams of Dijon mustard for a nice tang, then grab 1 fresh and large lemon, slice it in half and squeeze half of the lemon over a citrus juicer, saving the other half for another dish or drink, and then add that juice to the egg yolk and mustard for a tasty fresh citrus background. Next, with 5 grams or 0.2 ounces of flat leaf parsley, 5 grams or 0.2 ounces of dill, and 6 individual chives, give both the flat leaf parsley and dill a rough chop, which doesn't have to be perfect just as long as there's no large leaves or stems, and then with the chives, slice them up as finely as you can. Add all 3 of the herbs to the bowl with the rest of the ingredients to add a nice fresh herbal flavour, then using a whisk, give this a good mix until everything is incorporated and for those flavours to become friends. Once that's done, whilst continuously and vigorously whisking, slowly pour in 1.5 cups or 375 milliliters of olive oil or extra virgin olive oil, which will create an emulsion, which is mixing together 2 or more liquids that normally don't mix well, and right here we're creating a herby mayonnaise. After that's done and we have a nice thick herby mayo, let's increase the flavour by adding in 1/4 of a teaspoon or 1 gram of garlic powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon or 1 gram of onion powder, half a teaspoon or 2.5 grams of sea salt flakes, 1 teaspoon or 10 cracks of black pepper, and finally, half a cup or 250 milliliters of buttermilk to slightly thin it out and give it a tangy flavour and creamy texture. Give this another whisk to combine those flavours, making sure that everything is nice and smooth, which then leaves us with this delicious and tangy ranch sauce, and this can then be poured into a glass jar, airtight container or any serving vessel that you may have, then pop on a lid nice and tight and place this in the fridge until you're ready to serve, and it will also last up to 1 week. Okay, so testing the oil temperature, this is sitting just under 180 or 350, and this is only going to increase whilst we prepare the next bit. That next bit is giving the onions a quick mix around in the buttermilk to ensure that they're well coated, then we can transfer these over to the plain flour and mix the onions really well in the flour, again making sure that they're well coated or dredged, and also do this in batches, otherwise they'll become clumpy and soggy. Once that's done, add the dredged onions to the batter in small batches, giving them a really good mix, making sure that they're well coated and not stuck together. Then place the battered onion rings into the hot oil, pushing away from you to avoid any oil splashing back, and then only add enough onions that will fit in your pot and pan, because adding too many will cause them to stick together and become soggy. Once they're in, fry these for 1.5 to 2 minutes on each side or until they're lightly golden, moving them around occasionally to make sure that they're not sticking together. These have now had 2 minutes on each side and are looking beautifully golden brown, which means we can then remove these from the oil, shaking off any excess and place them onto a wire rack over a baking tray or onto some kitchen cloth on a plate or in a bowl to drain. I will also say that don't worry about the onion rings becoming soggy whilst you cook these in batches, as the batter will stay very crispy, but if you do want to keep these hot, you can place them into a warm oven whilst you wait. Once you're done with the oil, allow it to cool down overnight, then strain it and you can reuse it again. So now after all of that, we then have these amazingly crispy onion rings which you can serve up however you'd like, or a couple of my favourites is adding them to burgers and hot dogs, but these are also fantastic on their own. There's then 3 things left to do, with the first one being to add that ranch sauce, the second one being to dip these in that ranch sauce, and then the third and final step is to then dig in. So there we have it. This recipe right here serves 2 and can easily be doubled, tripled and so on, and unfortunately you can't store or reheat these just because they become really soggy, but I can guarantee you'll eat them all before then anyway. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button, it really does help my channel out, and consider subscribing along with hitting that bell notification next to it, then when the preference box comes up, just click all, and then that way you'll never miss when I upload. Thanks for watching, stay safe and enjoy.